Michael, with your new Nissan, you're going to get 1 year complimentary of paintless dent repair. Are you familiar with paintless dent repair?
I'm not familiar with it.
Okay, most people aren't. But I'm going to guess you're familiar with this particular scenario. You come out after being at church or a restaurant or shopping mall, and you find that someone is parked too close to you and rudely dinged or dented your vehicle.
All the time, man. It's happened all the time.
What did you do about that?
There was nothing I really could do about it because they didn't leave a note.
They didn't leave a note with a blank check?
No check, nothing.
Shocking. Did you happen to ever look into how much it would cost to get a ding or dent the size of a dime fixed, much less the one the size of a credit card?
It was pretty expensive, so I just thought,
Yeah, 50 to 150 bucks, and you can't really turn it into insurance because your deductible's too high. So you just end up living with it, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't help the looks of your vehicle. But Michael, you end up paying for those dings and dents eventually. You know how?
How is that?
When you trade or sell your car, someone's going to deduct from the value of your vehicle for every little ding and dent you have, especially if it's an automobile dealer, because they have to pay to have those taken out. However, that's not going to be something you're going to need to worry about for the foreseeable future. We're going to provide you 1 year of complimentary paintless dent repair. You get a ding or a dent, in fact, you get 100 dings or dents. During that first year, we will fix every single one of them at absolutely no cost to you. What it means is your car is going to remain looking better longer, but more importantly, you're going to have the opportunity to get more for it when it's time to trade or sell it. And by the way, you can extend that coverage out to 5 years. We'll talk about that later, okay? But the first year, on us. Okay? Paintless dent repair. Kevin, have you ever lost a key fob?
Yeah, I have.
Did you pay to have it replaced?
No, it costs too much.
Okay, so you did look into it.
Yes, sir.
So you know how expensive those things are.
They're quite expensive.
You know, they really aren't keys anymore, Kevin. They're mini computers. They've got chips in them. The chips have to talk to the chips in the engine of the vehicle. They require programming when replaced. So it's going to be $200, $300, $400, even $500. So I understand why you didn't get it replaced. But if you're trading that car, it's still going to cost you. You know, when someone trades a car in or they sell it outright privately, whoever's buying it is looking for 2 keys because the next owner is going to want 2 keys. So literally these days, the more keys you have, the more valuable your vehicle. You'll be glad to know with your new Chevrolet, you get 1 year of key replacement complimentary, no charge at all to you. Which means you lose a key, you break a key, you run and put a key through a washing machine, your dog chews it up. We will replace that key, including programming, for absolutely nothing. And we'll do that twice for you as well. We'll also pay for substitute transportation, a locksmith if you need it, and if you lose your entire key ring, we'll kick in another $200 to cover other keys on your key ring. Now that coverage is complimentary, no cost at all to you for the first year, and if you want to extend that, you absolutely can. You can extend it out to 5 years, something I certainly would consider. Cool?
Yes, sir.
Joel, have you ever looked at the curbs when you're going through a fast food drive-in or a bank drive-through and noticed the color of those curbs?
Yes, sir.
They're all black, aren't they?
Sure are.
It's because that's where people are most likely to scrape their wheels and tires at fast food restaurant drive-thrus and banking drive-thrus. Have you ever experienced such a thing?
Yeah, when I left the club one time.
Okay, yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen. So you scraped up your alloy wheel?
I sure did.
Did you look into how much it would cost to get it fixed, Joel?
Nah, I don't think it'd be too much. It's expensive wheels.
Okay, well, okay, yeah, and I don't know your wheels exactly, but it could be as little as 150, as much as 300 bucks, depending upon how deep the gouges are. But Joel, you know you're going to end up paying for that wheel anyway when you trade or sell it. Here's what we're going to do for you. When you buy one of our new Kias, you don't have to worry about scraping your alloy or your steel wheels on a curb, because if you do, we're going to fix it at no cost to you. We'll do this an unlimited number of times during that first year. What it means to you is you're going to have better looking wheels, but more importantly, what do you think that's going to do to your resale value?
That's going to keep the value.
It's going to drive it up, okay? And by the way, you can extend that coverage out to 2, 3, 4, even 5 years. We'll talk about that later. Okay? Emmanuel?
Yes, sir.
You're going to get windshield repair coverage from us for 1 year. Now, let me tell you what that does for you. Have you ever had the unfortunate circumstance to have something kicked up off the road where it starred or cracked your windshield just a little bit?
Yes, sir.
Did you pay to have it fixed, or did you wait until it cracked all the way across and you had to replace the windshield?
I looked into it and then.
Decided not to?
No.
Yeah, okay. Well, for the next year, you don't need to worry. If that happens, we're going to pay to have it fixed for you. Any star or crack the size of $50 or smaller, we will pay to have fixed, unless it's in the driver's line of sight. Then by Texas law, your insurance company has to replace the windshield. That coverage is good for a year, and by the way, you can always extend that coverage as well. Okay? Taj,
Yes, sir.
have you ever had a vehicle with cloth interior?
Oh, yes, sir.
Have you ever damaged it, whether it was a stain from coffee or who knows what, or a cigarette burn or a rip or a tear?
Most definitely.
Did you pay to have it fixed?
No, sir.
Okay, but you ended up paying for it when you probably traded or sold the vehicle, right?
Oh, yeah?
Well, someone's going to deduct the cost of the repair from the value of your vehicle. We're going to provide you fabric coverage. It'll cover all the interior, whether it's fabric. It'll also cover your carpets. You get a rip, a tear, a burn, a stain, we will fix or repair it to the best of our ability at absolutely no cost to you. Keep your interior looking better, keep your resale value up, and by the way, it is good complimentary for a year, but you can always extend that coverage as well, out to 1, 2, or 2, 3, 4, even 5 years.
Sir, that's amazing.
Cool?
Yes, sir.
Charles, you ever had a scratch or a scuff on the paint?
Yes, sir, I have.
Did you pay to get it buffed out?
I did not.
Okay. Did you look into how much it would cost to get it buffed out?
No, I didn't, sir.
It's not a whole lot, as long as the paint's not broken. They'll usually buff it out for maybe $100, $200, but it's $100 or $200. But the fact that you didn't get it repaired doesn't mean you didn't pay for it. Because when you trade or sell a car, people are going to look at things like that, and they're going to deduct from the value of your vehicle. What we're going to do for you is give you coverage on that paint against scratches and scuffs that don't break the paint for the next year. No cost to you. You get a scuff or a scrape, you just give us a holler. We'll buff it out to the best of our ability, and that's coverage that may be worth having the entire time you own the vehicle, and you can't extend that. We'll talk about that later, okay? Conversations?
Yep.
Okay, I mean, I have to focus, because I want to just blurt all the cool stuff out. It's not the most effective way to communicate with your customer, okay? We want to engage them. Okay, they'll ask good questions. They may ask questions that you can't answer. And if they ask you a question you can't answer, if they ask you a question you don't know the answer to, tell them you'll get the answer. You'll get the answer. Don't bullshit them.